Well, EK, we said putting the competition and their records aside, the Dodgers wanted to improve on the road tonight. Well, tonight we saw a lot of positives in a series opening win.
Yeah, typical Coors Field game, right? It doesn't end until the final out is made. A lot of positives. I think for me, the first thing that jumps out, obviously, Michael Conforto, just seeing some things fall, him having some success. I mean, we can talk about how hard he hits the ball, the adjustments, all those sort of things. I need results. Not me. Him, right? and that's what he got tonight. So hopefully he can build. Robleski was great, eating up 5 innings. Obviously, Shohei going deep. Some good defense. A lot of positives.
8 different Dodgers had hits. 6 guys had multi-hit efforts. And so now they're in position to make an official win streak 3 in a row and take the series tomorrow.
Right. And I think more than anything, you come to Coors Field, where we have 7, 8 pitchers tonight. You want to get out of here unscathed. There's going to be some crazy games. It doesn't matter what it's like on one side of the ball or the other. It's going to be a long, taxing game. You come out here tomorrow, you swing the bats, you get some good arm, get some pitching. For me, though, again, continue to build.
The next 2 days, they'll have aces from a couple different generations, Yoshinobu Yamamoto and Clayton Kershaw, with a chance to clinch the series. We'll see you then.
Mookie, just to get some positive results, I know you've been grinding a lot just at the plate, getting things going. Do you think a game like today has the potential to just either put you in the right direction or even unlock something?
I have no idea. I've had good games and I've had bad ones, so we'll enjoy today and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Is there something about just whether it's playing here or kind of getting things going here, though, that you think just could have long-term impact?
No, not at all. We'll just enjoy today and we'll see what happens tomorrow.
Was that second at bat when you sort of got the ball in the barrel there, was that kind of a good sign for where your swing kind of was today at least?
For today, yeah. We'll see. We just had a good game today and got to put it together for a while, but I'm just going to enjoy today.
How tough has it been kind of just managing the frustration, which is offensively this year, kind of the ups and downs and not having been able to put it together yet?
It's been really tough, but I mean, kind of is what it is, you know. You never play short every day, and so, but I don't think that's really playing a part. And, you know, being sick and just kind of playing catch up. There's a lot of variables that go into it, but you know, you got to figure it out.
What do you think is, like, sort of, I know it's hard to really pinpoint one reason, but like what do you think is that's maybe like common thread that you've been able to find the first few months?
I promise you I wouldn't keep doing it. I've been doing it for so long. I'm trying to figure it out, man. I'm genuinely trying to figure it out each and every day. But like I said, we had a good day today, and we'll see about tomorrow.
How can you build on days like today? Is there anything you can?
We've had a couple of good games, and then a week worth of bad games, and so I'm trying to figure it out. I'm doing my best trying to figure it out. I got to just make sure I continue to play defense and do what I can to help the boys win.
Just go out there, you know, felt like I commanded the zone pretty well, got in the zone early. But yeah, I'd just say eating those innings for the guys. That's probably the best.
Anything strange about pitching here?
Other than being a little bit more tired from the jog in, I'd say probably not. But it's obviously it's tough, but at the end of the day, everyone's got to pitch here, so it's just part of it, and you can't really let it affect, you know, how you throw.
Seeing more just swing and miss today, just what does that kind of say to you as to where the stuff is at?
Yeah, I think the stuff's in a good spot. Obviously, you know, Will called a great game back there. Did a good job just kind of mixing it up and making sure we were throwing the right pitches at the right times. And, yeah, obviously it's great to see swing and miss, but for me it's great to see that I've been, you know, I was ahead of a lot of hitters today, got ahead early. You know, would have liked some of those at-bats to not last as long. Hurt myself that one inning with the walk and whatever. Just do a couple extra pitches, so I couldn't get through 6, but getting through 5 was great, and yeah, it's obviously encouraging.
How do you find just kind of managing that, just when not as efficient, but still getting some really positive results?
Yeah, it's great. You know, I think like you always want to go as deep as you can, but in the role I was in today, like that's a great result. But I think, you know, for the most part for me, it's just about continuing to focus on the process that brings those results and just letting them come as they do.
The numbers are showing just out of relief so much stronger than starting. But to be fair, also, you did go back down to the minors, work through a few things mechanically. Have you seen a difference in that for yourself personally, though?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, you know, again, like said this a couple times where it's like I don't think it's necessarily being a starter or being a reliever. I just think, unfortunately I had that bad outing in Washington, and then, I had a really good outing in St. Louis. I'm one, flare away from getting through that inning, 6 innings, 2 runs. So I think the results are just a part of that process, and trying to get ahead in counts and continuing to iron out these mechanics and just really dial them in.
Well, Dave, first just with Michael Conforto, to see whether it was the hit yesterday, the 2 hits today, the home run he talked about, just kind of adding in a leg kick, how have you seen just kind of him not only just kind of evolving, but really getting things going these last 2 days?
I think he's in a much better spot. I like the swings. I like the at-bat quality. Seems like he's getting to velocity better. And so I know for him, just to be able to contribute offensively, it's got to feel good. And I think we're trending in the right direction.
Robleski, how did you see him just kind of managing? There was the swing and miss in the game. Wasn't as efficient, but he was able to get guys out.
Justin did a really nice job. I thought early on there was a lot of swing and miss. He got, I think, 7 strikeouts. And then towards the end, they started putting the ball in play. They started putting together some at-bats. It was just great for us to get him through that fifth inning for him. And I thought he continues to grow, and I think that's 4 or 5 good ones in a row, and he's given us length, and he continues to be built up. So he'll pitch on Sunday, and I just like the growth right now.
How important is it for to have a swing in that kind of an inning, especially when they're kind of booting the ball around a little bit to just capitalize and really put a crooked number there?
It was big. It was big. You don't just want to, build innings however way you can, and for it to draw dead, in that particular spot in the order, and for him to hit a big homer, get us put up that crooked number, get us a lead, feel good about that, capitalize on some mistakes on their part, was big. And that's kind of, the thought behind having him there, having Tommy in the 9 to bleed into Shohei the top, but to get production out of Michael was big tonight.
How important is this next month going to be for him as you guys just get closer to the deadline, start trying to figure out what the roster is going to look like in the second half of the year, and where he could factor in?
It's critical. I think that I've shown that my faith in him and giving him opportunities, and I do, like I said, I think he's trending in the right direction, but we're going to continue to look and figure out ways we can get better as a ball club as we do get close to the deadline. But I hope that's not in his kind of mindset, just continue to get better each night. But it's important for him to continue to play well.
Why has Robleski pitched better in this role than he did as a starter?
That's a great question. Probably a better question for Justin. I do feel now where he's at, I think that logging, call it 20, 25 innings, something like that, his last 25. I think that if he were to start a game, I think that having that same mindset, I think that we'll see similar results. But I do feel coming out of the pen, just kind of letting it rip from pitch 1 and not feeling your way into the game has helped him. And I also think that, doing that, he's also shown that he can hold his stuff, from pitch 1 to pitch, 91. And he's done a really good job. So I don't know that answer, but I feel that, right now with what he's gone through, he's better for it.
How much has the extra velocity he's been throwing with just kind of changed what he's capable of out there?
It's changed a lot. It's changed. It puts the hitters more on the defensive. It increases his margin. And I do think that it wasn't from a lack of effort. I think that his mechanics, the last time he went down, cleaned some things up, allowed his delivery to be more clean and efficient. And then you're starting to see the 7s and 8s. Whereas when we had him the first time, it was more 4s and 5s. So now I think the delivery is kind of cleaned up. And, everything else is playing off of that. And he's getting the swing and miss that he wasn't getting earlier with us.
Is there something to, keeping him in this role following an opener, even though he, has the length to potentially start games?
Yeah, there is. I think that with us, he's given us the flexibility, same as Kasperius, in the sense of if we want to start him, great. feel like he can take down, 90 to 100 pitches, and if we want to kind of have somebody in front of him, they can come in and it's not new to him. So I feel that I don't know what's next as far as on Sunday, but I know we expect some length out of him.
This is a stadium which anything truly can happen. How did you see just the bullpen kind of handle the back half of this game?
I think that, there were some things that I liked, some things that I didn't like. You got to give credit to those guys. I thought they did a good job of fighting and spoiling pitches, putting balls in play, taking advantage of some walks, some misfires. You don't want to go through however many pitchers we went through and have your closer do an up down, but a win's a win, certainly in this ballpark. Kind of pick up the pieces, and we got Yamamoto going and expecting a good one out of him. It's been a while since he's really, been Yamamoto-like. And so, but I feel good we'll take the win.
So look at the game summary, of course, brought to you by UC Health. 9-14-0 for the Dodgers, 7-14-2 for the Rockies, so actually we're out hitting the Dodgers. Coming into the ninth inning, 36,492. It was a hearty crowd here tonight. For the Rocks, Tyler Freeman, 11-game hit streak, had a couple of hits, scored some runs, stole a bag as well. We talked about Tollier with his doubles, and Ohtani and Conforto, big hits for the Dodgers. Let's go down to the clubhouse here from Warren Schaeffer now.
Hey, Schaefer. On a night like tonight for Michael Tollier, he had 3 doubles, 2 errors in an inning. Has a chance, though.
What was the second part of that? I'm sorry.
I said 2 errors in 1 inning, and then he has a chance at the end. First, can you kind of stop to appreciate how baseball gives you a chance?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why you play 9 innings. Yeah, I mean, that same thing for BD there at the end. I mean, 3 punch outs, he gets a shot to possibly tie the game there. Could have easily done it. But yeah, with Mike, 3 doubles. It was a pretty good offensive night for him.
Aaron Marquez looked like he might have been a little hurt in the 4th inning. Is there an update on that? And did that contribute to taking him out after 68 pitches?
I think he's fine. He rolled his ankle out there, but it did contribute to removing him from the game, especially after a 30-pitch inning like he had. 4-run deficit. It just all added up to get him out of there and protect him a little bit.
Schaefer, is there any concern about going forward with Markey in terms of
that ankle?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I mean, I've got to check, but it didn't seem that bad afterwards. I mean, he finished the inning.
Okay. Before the 4th inning kind of unraveled for you guys, he looked pretty dominant. He was handling them pretty well. Do you agree?
I thought Markey pitched well. Yeah,